Let's begin.
You know, one of the great things about being human is we can do lots of things on our own. For example, most of us can chew gum on our own. Most of us can put on our pants by ourselves. And most of us can even brush our teeth without any assistance. But there are some things that we really can't do on our own. And one of those is crowdfunding. Let me explain. Yes, it's true. Anybody that has limited technical ability and half a brain can launch a crowdfunding campaign. There's truth in that. You can go do that right now. Here's the problem though. If you really want to be successful, and if you really want to fund your campaign and have a shot at overfunding it, you're going to need some help, specifically from 3 groups. Group number 1 is your team. Now, what do I mean by your team? I'm talking about people that are around you, that you're working with, or they're working with you to help you prepare for your campaign, help you during your campaign, and help you to keep your promises after your campaign. Now, studies and statistics show us that if you've got 4 people or more on your team, you'll probably raise 70% more money. Let me say that again. Without a team, you're going to raise 70% less money in most cases. Now, just think about that for a second. If you try to go and put your campaign on without help, you're going to ultimately raise less money. Now, here's the question. What if you don't have people around you immediately that can help you? Very simple. Seek out people that would actually be the people you would be looking to connect with to support your campaign, and just ask them to help. You'd be surprised how many people have no problem sending out emails or putting the word out to their networks about your campaign, especially if it's something that they're passionate about too. Group number 2 is your audience. Those are the people that are around you, people you're connected with. Today, mostly it's through social networks, or you might have email lists, or you might have connections to certain groups or clubs or associations, people that you can go to and share your crowdfunding campaign with. Here's the thing, if you try to start from zero, from scratch, you'll probably fail. You've got to have an audience. And in fact, most studies tell us that you need to raise 30 or 40% from the people around you, your audience, your warm market, if you want to be successful with your crowdfunding campaign. Now, here's what's interesting about that. If you take a look at your audience, probably about 90% of the people that you're connected with are lurkers. There's probably about 9% of people that might somehow participate to some degree, but that doesn't mean they'll buy anything. Usually it's only 1% that'll actually buy and, or in the case of crowdfunding, give or support your cause or your project or your particular idea. So that's something to keep in mind. One other thing that I think is very, very important is just having a large network really doesn't help you. You can have 10,000 fans or friends or people in a circle or followers, but if you don't have their email address, if you don't have that personal connection, you're really not connected to them. So I'd encourage you to work on building an email list well in advance of your crowdfunding campaign, definitely several months before. And here's the thing to think about too, is that usually most crowdfunding campaigns are only looking for 1,000 or less people to support them for them to be successful. And in many cases, many less. So that's really the big question I would be asking from a strategic marketing standpoint. Where are those 1,000 people and how do I make a personal connection with them? Group number 3 are the advisors. These are people that are going to help give you wise counsel as you develop, as you deploy, and as you follow up your crowdfunding campaign. Now, let me say this. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm not talking about your friends. Most cases, your friends are not going to help you here, and I'll tell you why. Most of the time, your friends are not going to be honest with you. I hate to say it, but it's the truth, and you know what I'm talking about. Now, unless your dad happens to be a marketing guru or your best friend happens to be a communication whiz, chances are you're going to have advisors help you if you want to be successful. See, advisors know those little things that make the big difference between you winning and losing, and that's what's really going to help you be more successful. Now, of course, one question is, how do you connect with advisors, especially if you don't have a big budget for them? Well, it's simple. You're doing it right here, right now. And I'm not the only one. There are hundreds of people all over the world that have great experience, and not just specifically in crowdfunding, but about strategic and tactical marketing, about sales, about logistics, also about leadership, some soft skills, maybe communication or team building. All that knowledge is out there in the internet. It's in our communities. It's available to you. All you have to do is take it. Let me summarize all this. Like I said, it's great to be a human. I can put my pants on one leg at a time, all by myself. But with crowdfunding, it doesn't work that way. You've got to have support. So remember, there's 3 groups. You've got to have your team. You've got to have your audience, and you have to have your advisors. I can promise you, if you develop those 3 groups, not only is there a greater chance of you being successful with crowdfunding, but there's a greater chance that you'll be able to overfund your campaign as well. By the way, don't forget, if this video has helped you in any way, make sure that you share it with anybody that you know that's crowdfunding now or might be crowdfunding in the future, so they too have a chance to overfund their campaign.